In the early days of cinema, there was one man unlike anyone else. A man who didn't just act or make people laugh. He risked his life over and over to create scenes no one had ever seen before. That man was Buster Keaton. In this video, you'll see Buster jump between trains, grab moving cars, and perform dangerous stunts that could have killed him. And here's the crazy part. He never used a stunt double. Every single move was real. These stunts didn't just entertain audiences. They changed cinema forever, inspiring movies like Inception, Mad Max, and even the legendary Jackie Chan. But Buster's story didn't start in Hollywood. As a child, he was part of a traveling family show. The act was so intense that police often thought his parents were abusing him. Sometimes, his father was arrested, and young Buster had to prove it was all fake by showing that he had no bruises or broken bones. At a very young age, Buster discovered something important. The more serious he looked on stage, the harder the audience laughed. That's how he created his famous on-screen character, the man with a straight, emotionless face. But life at home was difficult. His father struggled with alcohol, and the family act eventually fell apart. So Buster turned to movies, bringing his unique style of comedy and physical stunts to the big screen. One of his most legendary scenes was when a massive house wall fell directly over him. He stood perfectly still in just the right spot so that an open window passed safely over his body. If he had been just a few inches off, he would have been crushed instantly. That stunt became so famous that it was copied many times later. But Buster did it first, and for real. Buster was different from other comedians of his time. He didn't just do dangerous tricks, he also used the camera itself as part of the joke. He invented new techniques, like speeding up the film to make action look faster, and he turned special effects into part of the comedy. In one movie, he filmed an underwater scene in very deep water, but there was a mistake. No safety rope was attached to his helmet. When he jumped in, he nearly drowned. By pure luck, he survived, and filming continued as if nothing had happened. Still, the most dangerous moment of his career came during a stunt that seemed simple. Buster had to fall into rushing water, but the water pressure wasn't calculated correctly. When he hit the edge of the set, his neck snapped. Amazingly, he didn't even realize it was broken. For 11 years, he lived with the injury before doctors finally discovered it during a checkup. Even with all these risks, Buster was rarely hurt. He trained himself to fall in very precise ways to avoid serious injuries. Even in his 70s, he was still performing stunts himself, something almost no actor would dare to do. One of his clever tricks was called undercranking. He would film a scene at slower frame rate and then play it back at normal speed. This made the action look much faster and more intense, while hiding small safety wires and secret setups. This technique is still used in action movies today, but not all of Buster's films were hits. His most ambitious movie, The General, included the most expensive stunt ever filmed at that time, a real train plunging into a river as a bridge collapsed beneath it. The scene cost an incredible $42,000, a fortune back then. Sadly, the movie failed at the box office. This was a turning point. Buster lost control of his films and had to work under strict studio rules at MGM. The pressure, combined with his failing marriage, pushed him into heavy drinking. For over a year, his life spiraled out of control. He was once found passed out in his trailer, completely broken. Eventually, he quit MGM and over time managed to recover. He got sober, remarried, and slowly rebuilt his life. In his later years, Buster was no longer the star who ruled Hollywood, but he had earned something far more meaningful: respect. His work inspired generations of filmmakers and comedians. He didn't just make people laugh, he gave them a reason to smile, even in difficult times. When Buster Keaton died in 1966, he left behind a legacy unlike any other. The man who never smiled on camera had brought joy to millions around the world. Buster Keaton, the fearless genius who turned danger into laughter and whose influence can still be seen in every action movie today.